It was frustrating, but a lot of those penalties were self-inflicted wounds, and we just got to be more disciplined. We can't make bonehead mistakes and bonehead plays. That starts with us. We can't put it on the refs. We just got to do better.
Raylen, maybe just your thoughts on how the locker room's feeling after what went down tonight.
I think all of us are competitors. So a loss is a loss, and it's gonna hurt us. And so I think we have a good group of guys though that shake back. We still have a season to play. We still have 3 left. So a lot of old guys like me and Cam. This is our last go round. So we're still not gonna let up. We're still gonna put in the work, and we just go play football.
Y'all really limited their run game today. Can you maybe speak to what played into that?
Just our coaches doing a good job of installing stuff and, overemphasizing certain run fits this week. So, yeah.
What was Coach Petrino's message to the team?
Just keep fighting, Like Ray said, we got a bunch of season left, 3 games. Now we're just fighting for pride at this point and fighting for each other.
Coach Petrino, for both of you guys, Coach Petrino was saying that it felt like you guys had it won for so long. I guess what was your guys' gut reaction at the end when it, just got pulled beneath you?
For me, I was more worried about my boy Taylor. Something like that, man. I've grown up with him, so I was more worried about him. And so, like I said, it hurts to lose games, especially like that. But we just got to shake back, and so dudes can get healthy this bye week and finish the last 3 weeks off.
Yeah, man, it was heartbreaking, to lose another game by 3 points, man. These one-score losses, man, it really gets to us, Yeah, it wasn't a good feeling at all, man.
Raylen, Talon threaded some nice passes to you today. What do you think of his performance today compared to last week?
He shook back, and I think everyone was just doing their jobs in the receiver end as well, so he could throw the ball around. And so, once he gets comfortable, he can do a lot of things. So, he played his butt off. He's going to do that each week. He's going to play to his last limb. So, I'm always proud of him, always pushing him, and just praying for his health, praying that God just watches over him is the biggest thing at the moment.
And what was it like having to quickly transition to facing their backup and then kind of the switch back again?
It was a sideline adjustment for sure. When he got in, we knew going into the game that he was a mobile guy, a runner, and he did have some success with his feet. So we had to quickly adjust, and then they just took him out. So we had to quickly adjust back to the other quarterback. But both of them was good, talented quarterbacks for sure.
Okay, and what's it like during a game like that that's chippy, and then you've also got the penalties, and you're trying to, fuel the fire, but also kind of keep it cool? What do you guys kind of do to kind of manage situations like that?
I would say in these kind of situations, this is when you lean on the older guys and the leaders and the captains, just to calm everybody down. I remember a couple of the penalties that we self-inflicted. I was just telling guys to be smart. There's no reason to do that so you can have an extra highlight. We're trying to win the game, so just be smart.
Cam, what was the defense kind of saying amongst each other on that final drive?
Just that, this is what you dream of as a kid. You just got to go out and do your assignment, and the rest of it will happen for itself. And, unfortunately we came up short, but we went down fighting.
What was it like to kind of carry Jordan off as well? Have you kind of been a part of something like that before? Seemed like a nice team thing to do.
No, man, I haven't. But, just for him, because we know he wanted to celebrate, but he couldn't at the time after he caught his interception. So, he was in pain, and we knew we had to get him off the field and get him the good attention that he needed. So, man, that was a moment, we'll joke and laugh about 10 years later, just how close of a brotherhood we are.
After y'all went up 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and then the next 3 possessions, you didn't move it very much. What was happening on those 3 drives?
It just wasn't moving, and so it's just sometimes that happens, and so you just got to trust in the play calls that Bobby P's calling and go execute, and just we got to be better on our end.
Raylen, just kind of curious what your I-Black stands for.
If you're guarding me, it's too late. So, just a confidence, in myself. If someone's playing man against me, it's me and him, and, I feel like I'm going to win it.